Alright, hey, what is going on, everybody? It's boy CGD bringing us a video, and today I'm talking about the future and what's coming up in Destiny, specifically next season. So currently we are in Season of the Hunt, and it's got about 33 days and 10 hours. I'm going to be recording this and uploading this in a couple days, so it might be 32 or 33 or 31 days until Season 13. Now, why Season 13 is such a big season for all of us is when Beyond Light launched, I feel like everyone knew there was a shortage of weapons. We got about 8 from European Collector. We got about 6 from the Crypt. We got 2 for just open world. We got Adept weapons for Trials, but that's only obtainable for Flawless. And we got the Season of the Hunt stuff. So we got, what did we get? We got the grenade launcher right here. We got the scout rifle and then a few other weapons. So we didn't get really many weapons at all. Now, that's what I want to talk about, is the weapons. What's coming up next season? What can we expect? So first off, let's just get this out of the way. 6 new weapons will be added to the rotation, 2 per activity. What I mean is Core Playlist, Vanguard, Gambit, Crucible. Each respective core activity will be getting 2 weapons each. Total of 6. Not much, but it's a start. It's definitely a good start. Because if we're going to have 2 weapons right now, hopefully we can build off that. Bungie can build off that and bring in more. So if you have 2 weapons come in per season, for example, that's 8 weapons in a whole year for each playlist. It's essentially a refresh. I wouldn't really look at it as a refresh unless it is available from Shaxx and from Drifter or from Zavala. But the main focus of this is Nightfalls. Nightfalls have been pretty bland lately. When Destiny initially launched, Destiny 2 officially launched, there weren't many, if any, good Nightfall loot. And what we mean is specific loot. Back in Destiny 1, Strikes had specific loot tied behind it, mostly weapons. That wasn't the case in Destiny 2. It took a while for them to actually listen, and they did put some weapons in. Mostly in Forsaken, they added some new ones. They had some new ones in the first year, but it was only 3. So it was like 3 in the first year, maybe 3 or 4 in the second year. So we only had 7 actual weapons. And once Shadowkeep hit, we got none. There was no Nightfall weapon. So I don't know why that happened, but it did. What they announced, though, for Nightfalls, coming up, though, in Season 13, is 3 new Nightfall weapons returning from Destiny 1. Now, some people may be like, okay, so we're getting more reprised weapons. Technically, yes, if we look at the entire Destiny universe. But in this game, Palindrome, Swarm, and Shadow Price have not been seen. So would I call them reprisals? Maybe. Would I say they're new? Yes, because they're new to this specific game. Which, either way, I don't really care. Now, when you bring back something like, let's just go ahead and take an example. Pick a weapon here. Okay, Guiding Star. Let's say you bring back Guiding Star. And it's reprised, and you get new loot on it. Or, not new loot, but new perks on it. We've used this before. We don't want ones we feel like we just used, including, well, we got Uriel's gift back, as you see here. Gnawing Hunger was reprised like a year after it came out, which made no sense. What else has been reprised? Galliard. I don't know where the first one of these was, but I know that was... oh, here it is. So we've gotten reprised weapons from within this own game. Which was what's a PG way of saying it? Not a good feeling. How about that? when we got reprised weapons from Destiny 2, personally, how I felt was, oh, I just used Gnawing Hunger, I just got a Gnawing Hunger, now I have to get another Gnawing Hunger, even though I feel like this one's good enough already, but I have to get a new one if I want it to last. But I can't get the same exact roll because those same perks might not be available. Okay, great. However, with Destiny 1 weapons, they haven't been in this game. They haven't had this set of perks since Forsaken has launched. Forsaken was when random rolls in Destiny 2 launched. That's when all of these random roll weapons came into the game. For instance, like Gnawing Hunger, it was the year Forsaken came out and Joker's Wild. So having something from the old game come to the new game feels fresh, feels good. It was missed. I loved Palindrome. Not as much as others because I'm more of an auto rifle guy. Shadow Price, though, I'm going to be grinding for. And then the Swarm, the machine gun, also a very good weapon. At least, I think it was. I don't really remember. It was like 6 years ago. Now, when we're talking about these, you have to get them from the Nightfall strikes. So you do have to play strikes, you do have to do all that. Preferably, if they're going to keep the same setup, which I'm sure they will, I would do Adept or Hero. However, with this new Nightfall loot, they're bringing in Adept weapons for Nightfalls. How do you get Adept weapons for Nightfalls? That sounds pretty weird because Adept weapons are always tied to trials. Well, the Grandmaster Nightfall is a pinnacle activity for Nightfalls. It is the highest difficulty of Nightfall. As you see, you have a bunch of modifiers, and yeah, it would feel very stressful if you were to do Grandmaster. I think, what does Master have? Okay, so it doesn't have Extinguish. Now, looking at these modifiers, you got a bunch of different champions. You got the Grandmaster modifiers, Match Game, Equipment Locked, Extinguish. Now, this is the painful one. If your fire team fails, it falls in a restricted zone, everyone is returned to orbit, and you have to restart the entire strike. So, it's definitely not going to be an easy thing, but that is how the Adept Nightfall weapons will drop from the Grandmaster Nightfall ordeals. So those are where we stand with some new weapons. We're going to get 6 with the core playlist. We're going to get 3 for the Nightfall, 3 Adept weapons of the same Nightfall weapons for Grandmaster Nightfalls, and then pretty much whatever we get through the season content. That is what we're looking forward to in the future with Season 13. Doesn't have a name yet, but will be launching February something. I haven't looked at the date, but I probably will put in the description if you want to look there. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what weapon or what you think the core playlist weapons will be when it comes out, and let me know what weapon you are excited from the Nightfall side. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.